How many times is it going to play?
One. Hello, hello.
Good afternoon.
Happy Friday.
We're kind of off-centered here. We're going to have to talk loud for the microphone.
Really? Awesome.
Use your teacher voice, Dawn.
I don't have a teacher voice. I was never.
Use your tailgating voice, Dawn.
Thank you for tuning in to Diamond Realty Associates podcast, Real Estate Update. Did you know?
Wow, that was off.
Yeah, that was the worst we've ever done that, I think.
Did you know? Anyway, I'm Dawn, and I'm joined today by
Erin.
And Amber.
Trace left.
Trace left. She has to pack for Ada.
Yep, she gets to do fun things today, right?
Packing's not that fun.
Are you sure? You know, going to Ada is probably not that fun
No.
either, but you know, whatever.
But she'll listen and love us
And laugh at us.
Yeah.
Maybe a little.
What are we talking about?
Well, we're going to continue our little series about talking about the developments in the Fargo-Martin area. Last time we talked about West Fargo and why it's a good place to live. So today we're going to talk about North Fargo, like the north side, because I'm going there in like 10 minutes or whatever.
Horns up.
Horns up. Go Bison.
Go Bison.
Anyway.
And there's certain people that they want to stay on the north side.
Absolutely. So we need to talk about that and everything that needs to happen to get you to North Fargo.
There's
That
a dog
was my
here.
dog.
That was none of us.
Anyway, we need to hit that script. Did you pull up that one?
This one, right?
Yeah. Or the HBA one too.
You did not tell me about the HBA one.
It's on there. It's on the lineup. The HBA right there. Click on that. You should be able to. It means quality. So, what developments in North Fargo are they building in right now?
Edgewood?
I'm sorry.
What developments in North Fargo are they building in right now?
I said Edgewood.
Edgewood.
Oh,
Is
I
that
said, what's up? No.
Is that
Edgewood?
Yeah.
That is correct.
Okay.
And they're also building, Dabber has those, that lot. I don't know what development that's called. Is that horrible? Probably.
But it's in a really convenient location.
Absolutely. People are just calling it the pony farm because they're actually, the land that the development is on used to be a pony farm back in the day.
Well,
So
that's cool.
just so you guys know. It's also by U32 apartments. So right up on University and 32nd Avenue North. So kind of a way up there, but kind of it's got its own community in North Fargo. So.
And half of that backs to like a really pretty tree line. There were deer hanging out there when we were there for parade.
Absolutely. So all that fun stuff. But one thing that we looked up is, why do you want to live in Fargo? So we have 8 great reasons.
And how cool
we are.
is that a play on words? How cool Fargo is.
I think it is. It's really cool. However, did you guys know that last night was a meteor shower, and when I went out with my dogs at 1:30, I got to see them. It was so cool.
Ooh.
Oh, that's very
So
cool.
one of the great things about Fargo is that you can actually live in the city and go outside and see the stars, where if you
Very
live in a
true.
bigger city, sometimes you don't, all you see is lights. So that's why I'm bringing that up, because it kind of plays in on that, but it's really neat.
light pollution.
So
But we're talking about North Fargo, right? What are people attracted to North Fargo for?
I think the mature trees and just the neighborhoods, because it feels like that community of the 1950s where
Right.
a lot of the houses up there were built too.
And there's some new owners taking over those houses, so they're updating the inside, but you still get that nice classic feel on the outside.
Absolutely.
Is Oak Grove High School's over there too, right?
Yep. So we've got Oak Grove and we got Fargo North,
NDSU campus.
NDSU campus,
Fargo Dome.
the airport,
Red Pepper.
the VA Center, which is a fantastic facility up there. So lots of cool things in North Fargo. And you have Hornbachers. Hello.
Right.
Don't forget about Hornbachers.
Was the that oh gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Help me out. Is that Longfellow? Is that the neighborhood that's right by the Veterans Hospital?
Right. Yep. Longfellow Elementary School.
It's a pretty sought after neighborhood in North Fargo.
It is.
Absolutely.
And I think the thing about North Fargo, that's my dog again. I think the thing about North Fargo too is it doesn't seem like a ton of houses come up for sale. So you're probably in a neighborhood where people are really established and they've been there for many years, so they know all the positive things about it, and that's why the houses are so sought after, because people sit there and they make it their lifelong house.
Absolutely. Like I said, it's just kind of its own little community up there, and people don't really want to move. But, you know, if they want something new, they're really staying in their houses and they're remodeling them.
And I think that's really nice that there's a couple of new developments up there, so you get that North Fargo feel. But if you want a brand new house, you can still be up in that area.
Absolutely. And you can even go north of the airport more into like Highland Park, which is up on, I think it's County Road 31. But it's really bigger lots if you can get anything there. But some of those houses have been there since the 90s too. So you never know, somebody might be moving out of there and you can have a little bit bigger lot, and most of them are right on the river. So
what are some unique things to know about North Fargo, Dawn? Weren't you telling me something last night?
Yeah, there are some cool things. Like the one house that we sold last year on 22nd Avenue North was kind of the cutoff for having sump pumps.
That's right.
There was a name for it, and I can't seriously remember what it was. But the north side of the street doesn't have to have sump pumps because the elevation on that side of the street is higher than the south side of 22nd Avenue. And so people were like, why do you have a sump pump? Why don't you have, you know? So when the flood came in 97, half the street was flooding and the other half wasn't. So
that's good to know. If you're in a certain neighborhood there, have your real estate agent look to make sure there is a sump pump in the house.
Yep, and to know that maybe there isn't one because their elevation is higher too. That was one thing I was going to ask in Heritage, and I should have too, is like Edgewood, north side. Are they still flood proofing that? Because it's a new build, I guess they probably have to.
Anything in Fargo.
But if that, you know, we were talking about the diversion too, and once that's built, it's going to take like 10,000 people out of the flood zone, or 10,000 houses, I should say, out of the flood zone. But without it, they would add another 30,000 houses. So it's kind of a...
And flood insurance is so uncertain nowadays that it's just safer to get out of the flood zone or have your basement flood proofed. It is, they said it's an extra $12,500, right, to flood proof the basement. But if we get another big flood, it's worth it.
Right.
And it's going to take 8 years for that diversion.
And with how high flood insurance is going, it would only take a few years to eat away at that 12,000.
Absolutely.
Correct. Yeah.
Getting nasty.
Yeah, absolutely. What else do we have in north? I don't know, north. The horse park. We have the industrial park.
Goldenwood is kind of out on its own.
West
Fargo. West Fargo, yes.
But still, right? Because it does have, that actually has some good opportunities to build too if you want to be on the edge of town a little bit as well.
Well, and I think people...
And Riley's Acres.
And some of those houses may be a little bit smaller. They may be a little older in style. Don't have like, you know, the private bath off the master. But they have what people... They're willing to kind of sacrifice that house. Like there was clients I was talking to that they lived in sort of a smaller house with smaller bedrooms because that was the elementary school they wanted. They wanted their kids to go to that elementary school. So you see, I mean, our elementary schools and schools in Fargo in general are amazing, but you do see more people want to move to the north side for those particular elementary schools.
Well, and the other nice thing about the north side too is that some of those houses that were built in the 50s really, you didn't need that ensuite, but because they did that sliding door or a door that cut off the bedroom wing and the bathroom wings from the living room, so it still secluded it, but it
feels more private.
It felt more private because they did a lot of sliding door or the. Oh my gosh!
I'm sorry.
No, what is that word?
What word?
Doors.
Doors.
The doors.
The doors. The French doors.
No, the one that goes in the wall.
Pocket.
Ah, I was like, I'm sorry.
More of like the butler pantry cutoff.
Yes, absolutely. So that's kind of how they did an ensuite. It was both bedrooms were enclosed in that, and the bathroom in that. So yeah, kind of interesting, especially when you look at all of the houses on the block and they all look the same from the outside, and they're really not. Those houses on 22nd Avenue, go drive down that street.
Yeah.
So what else for North Fargo, people?
Well, I was surprised. I guess I hadn't done a lot in North Fargo prior to the Parade of Homes and sitting in Dabbert's this year out in North Fargo at how extremely devoted North Fargoans are to staying in North Fargo. And now a lot of them have been there for so long that they need to look for more of like that right size, whether it's a condo or whether it's a slab on grade home, whatever they're going to want. And there's really nothing there for them at all. So that's something that the builders are working on, and we've been talking with them too on trying to get that for those people, because they are like stone cold not leaving North Fargo, but there are not options there for them currently.
Right, to get to that, like you said, that right size where they want to make the smaller house or the house that's more convenient for travel.
Maintenance-free living.
Right.
So that'll be good to see how that changes in the next couple of years and to see that new construction over there.
Well, and a big employer up north too is the Air Guard.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, my husband has to travel 20 minutes and he has to be there if rain, snow, sleet. And so it'd be nice living in North Fargo. You're 5-10 minutes away. You've got those major arterial roads that always get plowed. So if you're hired at the airport or the Air Guard, you know, North Fargo might be a great option to be close to work.
Absolutely. Yeah, lots of businesses over there, jobs.
Plus, they've got that garden. Have you seen that? That garden.
Oh, the
right
community
on,
garden?
Yeah, there's a huge community garden right on University.
North of
Yonker Bunker?
Yeah.
Yonker Farms?
Yeah, I think it's just south of, is it south of Yonker? Anyway, it's right over there, and a lot of people use that in the summer.
Absolutely.
We'll just put both of them.
Messing things up on the screen.
There will be 2 videos on YouTube for this session. Amber will airplane mode her phone next time.
Oops!
Surprisingly, this hasn't been an issue in the past, because I promise I've never done Do Not Disturb before.
Oh,
So,
interesting.
But, you know, Fargo in general is really culturally diverse. NDSU is you know, a great place to work or go to school if you're thinking of finishing your degree or starting your degree. And I think that's what makes Fargo, and even North Fargo, really unique.
Yeah, and a great athletics program too, so that's awesome. Hopefully those bison throttle stomp those jacks tonight. What do you say, Dawn?
I think so. Time to kill some bunnies.
Oh my.
All of the bunnies.
They're rabbits.
Oh.
They're big ugly jacks.
That's true. I almost hit them with my car, but I have a Prius, and
that could take
out
your car.
Win. I probably wouldn't win. I would need a new car. So, one thing that when I was reading too, they were talking about how like our crime rate is low here. But have you guys noticed? I think we're in the top 5 or 10 for holiday packages being stolen off of people's front door.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't hear
That's
about that.
surprising.
Yeah, it was in the paper today.
In the U.S.?
Yeah.
Or...
Yeah.
Well, shoot.
I know, right? It's kind of crazy.
It's probably like, you know, your cousin Carl or somebody who's taking it.
Jacking
Everyone
you.
knows everyone around here, so.
Be like, I'm going to go over and steal Erin's presents because I bet you that her present that she bought me is coming to her house.
I am hooked on Amazon, so.
I know. So anyway, a lot of people are doing cameras outside their door, so that's kind of been in the news. But it is a great place to live.
We're the 5th most active, welcoming city. So while they're stealing your package, they're saying hi,
hi,
have a good day.
They're smiling and waving at the camera.
Yeah.
We have a great concert venue in the Fargo Dome. We do end up getting a lot of good names
And plus the RV and boat show coming up in a couple of months. I volunteer there for Kiwanis, so that's always a good time.
And the Home and Garden Show.
Home and Garden Show. Boop boop. In
We'll be
February.
there too.
Yeah.
So
Cool stuff.
lots of cool things to do.
And another thing that's great about North Fargo is, let's say you love like a Victorian style house, or, you know, older, more character homes instead of those new builds. That's your bread and butter. You're going to find a lot of that in North Fargo, and especially as you get closer to downtown, you'll see a lot of Victorian and really pretty architecture that you could update.
Absolutely.
Plus the trees. You can't get over the trees overshadowing the street. Just looks absolutely beautiful.
What's something that you might want to look into for a home inspection if you've got a bunch of mature trees?
Yeah, so if you got an older house and some mature trees, it is good to check the sewer line to see if they've updated to PVC or if they've been maintaining it regularly, because that is expensive if that collapses. So
Absolutely.
it's probably an extra $150 to get it cameraed and scoped but definitely a valid investment if you've got that old cast iron piping to the sewer.
Right. And also even to put that in your maintenance if you do live up north too, because there's roots that can even go through your pipes regardless of what they're made out of.
Yeah, and some roots in your pipe, it's okay. It's just when you get too many, it starts compromising that pipe. And there's things they can do if it is starting to get compromised. They can put some PVC through there before it collapses, but the trick is to get it before it collapses.
Or if it's just tree roots, they can like rooter it out, or there's options, but but be aware.
But definitely, yeah, that's something you can have an inspection on, absolutely, or ask. Because I believe if you call the city, you can ask too if they know in the records.
If it's cast iron or if it's been converted?
Yeah, if it's been converted.
Well, the homeowner, if you're looking at a house that is that you're wanting to purchase, typically the homeowner knows if it's been converted.
Absolutely.
And you want it, PVC is good, even if it's PVC lined. Who goes there?
And
I heard somebody.
Me too.
Sometimes the sewer scope company will know too. I had one done on North Broadway, and they actually had already been out, so we just got to use their old video. It was only like a year old, so
nice.
And you want someone inspecting it who has the camera. It's a little bit more, but then they can see exactly what the pipe looks like.
Absolutely.
And negotiate that as part of your inspection if the house is, I think it's older than what, 1976 or something. It's when you start seeing the cast iron in there a little bit more.
Not crazy. You should start thinking about it. How do you know that that's not going to give up?
Well, I think too, if you're gonna, because you never know. But if you're gonna sell your house maybe in the next couple of years, it might be worth it to see how much it costs to convert that to PVC, because that will really help relieve some of those buyers that come through, save them some money, and you might get more offers.
Right. Yeah, if they're looking at 2 or 3 houses in North Fargo and yours is the only one that's been converted, or look at the flip side, now you didn't do it, now they're negotiating on it, and you thought you were going to get a certain dollar amount, now you've got to come up with like 13 grand. Might be better to be proactive.
Right.
And you can also talk to the city, because they can put that cost of converting into your special assessment.
True.
So you don't have to pay it up front, and you can pay it out over so many years.
And that can be passed on to the buyers.
There you
go.
Yep.
Win-win-win.
So if you think of it as a utility, because it's cost of use of something, so absolutely.
That is nice. I think that's another unique thing about Fargo, is that they'll let you roll some of that stuff into basically like a lien on the house, because like, didn't you have one that was going to cost $5,000 for a tree to be removed? And they just let them roll that into the specials?
Absolutely.
So you don't have to come up with that 5-10 grand. You can just, pay it off monthly.
Nice.
So.
Hashtag we love Fargo.
And at a decent interest rate too, not like a credit card interest rate, like a 5 or 6%, not 20. So that's cool.
Or draining your savings account.
Ooh, yeah. Don't anyone do that.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
What's a savings account? Oh, I'm kidding.
Touche. Actually, I don't know what I'm talking about.
I'm kidding.
I'm not
Oh,
so
anyway. So come to Fargo, because you can hang out with us, and we're cool.
And if you love North Fargo, we'll help you find something up there.
Absolutely.
They don't always come for sale, but when they do, they're nice gems.
And people in North Fargo really tend to take care of their houses too.
They do. They do. Yeah.
So
a lot of pride.
Absolutely.
So
awesome.
Anyway, to wrap that up, next week or whenever we do this again, we're not sure when. Probably,
a couple weeks.
Every couple weeks.
Probably
January.
like January. So
Probably
we'll see you next
January.
year. We're gonna go into like South Fargo. How's that?
Well, South Fargo has a little more complicated with their flood zones. So
absolutely.
But we had Tasty Tuesday. Well, you guys had Tasty Tuesday, and we drew a winner.
And where were we?
Yeah, where were we?
Not Village Inn, because that's not local, guys.
Remember?
Diners.
So good.
Diner.
So good.
It was fantastic. And Jan Meyer, you won a gift card. Whoop whoop.
Way to guess, you guys. There was a lot more guesses, so keep them coming. We love it.
So we'll be doing another it'll be a Tasty Wednesday next week. Right? Next week.
Yes.
Yeah, so we'll be someplace new next week. Look for our post, comment on it, and then at our next podcast, we'll be drawing another winner.
Absolutely. So all that fun stuff.
Awesome. Well, and in closing, we are a very client-focused real estate team. We want to help people, not sell houses, and we want to help other people in our community that we're not even working with. So we love to promote small business, keep it local.
Right.
And we just like helping people, right? Is there anything else about us they should know?
I like to look at houses.
Tom likes to look at houses.
Yeah. And we are very one-on-one, so don't feel like you're going to get shuffled off to some showing assistant or transaction coordinator. We're all very hands-on, and we take care of you from start to finish.
Absolutely.
So look for more information for us on Diamond Realty Associates Facebook page. You can kind of check out who we are, or we have a website, buysellfmhomes.com. So check us out, and as always,
stay classy, FM.
Go Bison.
Go Bison. Horns up.
The music.
Oh,
I'm not playing the music.
okay, bye.
Do-do-do.